If you're looking to build a different style vanity, more of a rustic farmhouse style, possibly even a workbench style vanity, I'll explain more right after this. I'm Rick, and this Shut the heck up, you stinking roosters. Now for your sanity. This is the Shack. Hello and welcome back to the Shack. Now in this video I'm going to go over how I built a, farmhouse style, rustic style, whatever you want to call it. To me it's a workbench style vanity for a bathroom. If you follow my channel at all, you know I do a lot of mission work in Mexico. We go to this little town about 45 minutes southeast of Ensenada. It's called San Vicente. And we've been renovating a facility over there that was built by another church, 30-something rooms. We've been renovating it for about 5 years now, going down just about every month. It's come time to look at the bathrooms. They have 3 bathrooms that the whole facility uses, between them all. We really wanted to do this bathroom a couple of years ago. We just never had the chance, especially with the interruption of the stupid stuff. We basically had just a 1-week window that we had to go down and do this. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to do it for about another month. And it had already been started. It was still functional, but they took the floor out because it smelled like a porta potty, really, really bad. That's why we wanted to redo these bathrooms, redo the flooring and everything, and make it more hygienically, or whatever you want to call it. So we wanted to make sure we put something down that could be cleaned. I'll put a link to a video up here that will show you what we do in the rooms. We bring these rooms back up to code. Unfortunately, with a bunch of different teams from all over, going down there back in the day when this was first being built, there was no consistency. And a lot of times, they didn't do it to code. Their mentality was, oh, it's Mexico, who cares? It does care, because these are people's lives. You want to do what you can do the best. And as far as a Christian, you do it unto the Lord. That means you do the best possible work you can, not for people, but for Him. That's our motive and our understanding when we go down there. We're not building it for the people. We're redoing these bedrooms to bring them up to date, make sure they're code, and they are better for these people because it is unto the Lord. That's what we do it for. So, because they are rough, and because they are hard, and because they are abusive to this stuff, I'm trying to think, what are we going to do as far as a vanity? Didn't want a traditional style. Started looking around different vanities, and I came across a couple that looked like a workbench. That started clicking in my mind, workbench. Heavy duty workbench, takes abuse. They last forever. You can really get onto these and do some damage, and they withstand it. So I thought, I want a workbench style vanity. I want this thing heavy duty, mainly kid destructive durability. They have had issues down there already. Kids have hidden in them. Couldn't find them, went around, had police out there, come to find out they were in one of these cabinets, fell asleep, and nobody knew. So they cannot have access to the cabinet itself. So that's why, again, not a traditional style cabinet. Don't want doors on it because the cabinets that were there, the kids will open them, hang on them, bust them off. Again, get in there, mess with the plumbing, cannot have access. Got to be solid. So my thinking was solid front, or at the least have a front with a piece with a few screws holding it in, so if they got to get in there, they can undo it, get in and do plumbing. Solid bottom, kids can't get underneath it, no access. So I'm liking this idea, more of a workbench style cabinet. Well, after a lot of thinking, I think I finally came up with a plan. Now, I could have went and purchased a solid countertop with the sink, everything already molded into it, but you're looking at like 150 bucks or more. We got to do this on a budget. I found a countertop at one of the box stores, $65, 20 dang, I don't remember, 28? I think it's 28 inches deep, 48 inches long. I thought, winner, chicken dinner. That's the one I want. 65 bucks, can't beat that. Found a very cheap, economical sink. I think 30 bucks. And I think 20, 25 for just a basic faucet. Boom, done. Got it all. Still cheaper than just the one sink or the one countertop. Don't have any worries that it's going to break or anything because it's going to take a lot to bust this, especially with the frame underneath. So that was solved. Now, what am I going to build the frame with? I originally wanted 4x4s, but they were $15 each. That would have been $60 just for that. I started thinking, well, I could use 2x4s and 2x3s to make the legs, 2x3 for the frame, $20, 19 and change for I think two 2x4s and 4 or 5, I forget how many 2x3s. 20 bucks for it all. I'm like, oh yeah, this is working out good. I like this. So the first thing I do is run everything through the planer, make sure everything is equal. They are all the same thickness, and then we can go from there. To the planer we go. Let's dive right in. Now before I cut my boards to length, there's something I have to do. If you see, my blade is a little bit wider than this zero clearance. What I had in here, I had a Diablo blade. It was good. I mean, it lasted for a couple years, but I've upgraded to a Ridge Carbide tool blade. Highly recommend them. Look up in the corner, I'll have a link, or check in the description below, I'll have a link. I also have a link to the video when I cleaned the blade. I found I had a missing carbide tip. So that's what prompted me to buy this. I don't like using the blade without the tip. I could have used it for a while, but I just didn't like it. It's just the way I am. So first thing I'm gonna do, we're going to turn it on, run it through here, size it to fit this blade, and then we're going to get our wood up here and cut to length. Now that is a true zero clearance insert. I think I got this from Infinity Tool. Something happens, I need another one. I got like 4 extra inserts I bought, so I'm covered for quite a while. So now, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna cut this at 29 3/8, flip it and cut it down to 29 1/4. Holy cow, man. That is an exceptional smooth cut. Oh my gosh, it's like butter, dude. I like that. I'm telling you, Ridge Carbide has fantastic blades. I don't need for anyone else. They are good for me. 29 3/8, dead on. So I'm gonna cut that tip off and make it 39 and a half, 29 and a half, 39. 29 1/4. Man, that is a beautiful blade. Dang, that's some good cuts. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna time lapse the rest of this, cut them all down. These are all cut to length. Basically what I'm gonna do, the 2x4, 2x3, we're gonna set them this way and make legs. What I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna take the 2x3s, run them through my joiner so I get one straight edge. Then I'm gonna put it on the 2x4, line it up, and I'm gonna do a biscuit joint, probably 4 of them. I have them all jointed one edge, and yes, I did this side. So when I put it on the 2x4 that's on the inside corner, it won't be like that. It'll be like that. You won't see it. I want 3 inches in on each end, so I'm gonna mark it there. This is just me rethinking this, okay? I'll do it, that one, then that and that. Subject to change, so I'm just gonna do it there. And then I'm gonna put little arrows so I know this is the one I want. So I'm just gonna do 4 biscuits. That's all I really need. So those are my 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's what I'm gonna do. 4 biscuits per. Let me mark the rest of these and get them set up. So I have my biscuit tool. Basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lay these down. I'm gonna line up the mark I have on the wood with the little mark on my biscuit tool. Make sure it stays flush. Give it power, do my plunge cut. When it comes to doing this side of the 2x4, basically I'm gonna set it up. The mark is on this side, I have to do my plunge cut on this side. I'm gonna put a additional 2x4 back here. So when I set this on there, I have a little more stability and make sure it stays level. I'll line that up with the mark on my tool, give it power and do a plunge cut. So I'll do a couple real quick just so you see. So since I have this set up, I'll do this first. I don't remember what I had this set at. I got it set for a different biscuit. I got it for a 0 and I need to go to, I'm gonna do at least a 10 on these. There, that's a 10 right there. All right, yeah, 10 biscuit will be good enough for here. Put that back on there. Much better. And there you have it. Let me go get a biscuit real quick. Just want to make sure. Halfway. Perfect. Excellent. Yeah, 10 is good. So you can see I'll get a 10 in and 20 out. You see the difference. I think for this, it could have gone either way, but I think I'm just going to use a 10. You see the difference. And I only use Lamello. I won't use any other brand because they're China crap. Check up here, I did a little study on them. Got my calipers out, checked them all out, and I had better consistency overall with Lamello than in the Chinese junk. So let me finish these up. You got an idea what I'm gonna do. These are all done. There we go. Now I'm just going to give them a quick sand or a cut just to make sure everything's smooth. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put glue on this and we'll glue it up. So hopefully this new little gadget I got will work. There we go. Well, this is nice. Talk about getting the glue on quick, man. I like that. Oh, that's no good. How come it's not coming out? Well, maybe I'll just dip them in here. Get a little bit right here. So that will go line to line, right there. I'll put 4 clamps on here for now, just so I can get it tight. But I'm gonna glue the other one up and I'll get my pipe clamps, set them down with this edge and squeeze them all together. That one is done. Let me glue the rest of these up. These had a chance to dry for about 15 minutes or so. So what I'm gonna do, since it is my new 0 clearance now, I can line this side up this way right on there because the back or whatever side you want. This side sticks out further than this. So if I line this side up, the bottom with that, it will just shave a little bit off, shave that off. Oh, perfect. Now because I have this setting on here, I can't set the back part because it'll hit my clamp. So I gotta flip it this way. And now I gotta get the measurement and move my backstop so I can get right where I want it. Right there's good. Sorry, I'm in the way, but I gotta hold that while I get my clamp back up here. Slide that down until it hits. Hold that and we should be good to go. Let me flip that up so you can see. Look at that. What a beautiful blade that is. Dang, that is a nice blade. Oh, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So that's what it's set at. I can go put this back in the clamp. Grab the next one out. Get my little scraper. Get rid of all that glue inside there. Love these little woodpecker scrapers. They are perfect for that. Beautiful. Flip it over. Just run on the bottom. Not much there, so that's good. All right. Actually, that's good. I like that. I'll take this until it hits right there. Oh man, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, these are all cut to length. Put them back in the clamp, let them set for about another hour. I'm gonna put everything away because we're done out here. Now that these have gone through the joiner, they're really, really nice. So what I've been sitting out here trying to figure something out, and I finally came up with a plan. What I'm going to do, I'm going to simply make a frame for the top and the bottom up here. I know bottom up here, but slipped upside down. What I'm going to do is get the bench part, the legs, mounted to the wall, make sure it's all level, set this on top of it. I'm going to make pocket holes within this. That way I can set this on top, make sure it's snug in the corner against the wall, and then go underneath and screw in all the pocket holes to secure this to the bench work. I'm just going to go 1 inch on either end. That may shift, that gives me a little play. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to play out at this moment. So I'm going to get this part done first, go over to the chop saw. I have a stop block, makeshift stop block thing set up right now. So we're going to go over there. I'm going to cut 4 at 43 1/4. Let's get over to the chop saw. I'll cut a couple of these real quick. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna get this right to the edge. Oops. I gotta get past the 0 clearance, so make sure I got it in there. Make sure it's snug against the back. Let's set them up. Okay, those are all set. I'm gonna make sure I got my 1 inch. I'm just going over 1 inch. So that looks good right there. So my inside measurement for this, 21 7/8. I could go 22 and be fine. So So I'm gonna cut them at 22. So let me cut those up, we'll be right back. Now these are all cut and they look really nice. I love the blade on there. Ridge Carbide tool blade is a beautiful, beautiful blade. Oh my God, the cuts I'm getting are phenomenal. That's picture frame quality right there. That's dead on 45. I love when my tools are working right. Next thing I'm gonna do, the top frame part here is going to be screwed to the countertop. So I'm going to put 4 pocket holes in the front and back, 3 on either side. So let me get the pocket holes done, I'll be right back. I got everything I need. So I'm gonna glue it, throw a nail in one side, throw a nail in on the up, and then I'll move to the next one. When I get them all done, I'm gonna make sure it's square and just let it dry for a while. That's it. Went in there. Came out right there. Don't look like nothing. Cool. Well, I thought I would just throw this in real quick. That's the nail that went through. Now, if you saw in that picture, this is 12 days later, so it's already pretty well healed, except it's still a little tender here. And on the top where it came out right there, you can see a little color, still a little tender there. But I can't believe that this thing went in there, came out there, and it's basically like that. It stuck out that far. What really amazes me, how that never hit the bone. I am amazed. You can't tell it, but it went in right there. It came out right there. So basically, it was like that. And it's still a little tender here. A little, almost feels nummy, but you know, it's just still healing. But it stuck out about that far. That's crazy. I'm still amazed it didn't hit the bone. By the grace of God, I think it just missed the bone. If it would have hit the bone, it would have been worse, depending on how bad. If it just chipped it, shattered it, went through it, whatever. If it went through the bone, it probably wouldn't have came out that easy. I think I want to mount that somewhere. That's the first nail I've ever had go through my finger. I don't know, 40 plus some odd years using nail guns. Hit a knot and up she came. Got my tetanus shot, so I'm good to go. I'll take this off a little bit. I was gluing up the bottom support and 2 nails shot up again. Right there's a knot, so I hit the knot, shot up. And I think that's what happened with my finger. I had it sitting here holding it, and I shot it in and went, whoosh, came up and went right through. Not a big deal. I will survive. Let's get the other one up. Let's get this thing put together. Basically, I'm gonna glue that together, and then I'll shoot some nails in here. But that's what I want, like that. Moving right along. I had to move everything inside, a little breeze out, it's really cold out right now. Got my blade in my jigsaw, using somewhat of a fine tipped blade so I can cut around this. I don't want it to be chipping away at the whatever it is. I have this setting where I want it, marking here and here, here and here. That is the outer dimension of the sink that will sit here. This is the circle that comes with the paperwork. This is your template to cut it out with. There are some standards, but because of the frame underneath, I have to go 4 inches in. So I have it where I want it. I'm just going to time lapse this real quick. I'm going to drill a hole and we're going to cut it out. thank you. But to finish this off, basically, this is open to you. This is just giving you a basics of what you can do. You can bring this shelf down here and put slats across for a shelf and just box this in like you would a traditional cabinet. And if you wanted to center your sink, you could put like drawers on this side and maybe just open the door here. Or if you wanted to one side, you put some drawers in here and put a single door here. I mean, it's up to you, but because of the situation and because of how hard and brutal they are on things, this is the wall, that's the back wall. I'm going to put two pieces here. I'll put a solid piece of wood here, and I'll put another panel here that's held up by screws. I was wanting to do like a decoration, put molding right here, make squares to offset and make it look nice, but the more I thought about that, when the kids want to climb up on here, that's just a ledge for them to put their feet on. They're going to bust it off. So you have to be very, very basic. So it's just going to be flat panel here. So I'm just going to work on the front. I'm going to put two pieces here and then cover this with wood. And this piece will be held in by a few screws. They can take it out if they need access for any maintenance. So let me get some wood cut, get my final measurements. I got to lower this down and then we'll go from there. I have this shelf nailed, as you saw. It's ready to go. Put in these little brackets, supports, just so I can put the wood across here. So I'm gonna glue these in here, then put the pocket screws in from this edge over 10 inches. Let that dry for a little bit. So the panels I'm going to cut are, I'm going to do 8 3/4 by 21 3/4. That'll work. 21 3/4 by 8 3/4, 2 panels. That'll take care of this side, then I'll get the center one to fit. It's 20 3/4 on the bench. I'm going to cut this at 21, and then I'll do the final size on my table saw. Cut this with my jig. Why have a track saw? This is exactly what this is. I've been using them for 20 years. Works great. I'm in the shop. I slid my Incra system all the way back so I get the maximum cut capacity out of it. I have it set at 39 1/4. So when I run the material through, my end cut's going to be 8 3/4. Then I will slide everything forward, flip it over because I'm keeping the factory edge, and I'll do a cut at 8 3/4. Once I put the ends on, I'll get the centerpiece to fit. So let me make sure I got 39 1/4. Lock that in, I'm good to go there. I'm gonna lock these down so they don't move. I can put these on and run it. So let me put this on here. Actually, let me roll that up and get it all connected. There we go. All right, yeah, I don't need this off doing this stuff. I need it on. Especially after running that nail through my finger. I don't taking no chances. I ain't pushing my luck, man, no way. Now I got excellent dust collection because everything's taken care of. So basically now, I gotta slide my whole system forward to do the next cut. So this is what it's going to look like. And I have this shoeing here I can use to put over the side here, you know, take care of any gap, and it'll just give it that little smoother step down to this. So it'll actually look pretty nice on there. I like that. I'm going to get some glue on the back of these, reset these on here, and I'm going to use our 1.5" finishing nails. I'm going to flush it to the bottom. The top don't matter because it's going to be covered. So that's what I'm going to do. This will be screwed in, so I'm going to get the drill and get me some screws. I'll have to use Phillips because they don't have anything else, so I'm going to get some 1.5" Phillips. I'll put them there. So let me get that done and we'll be right back. Well, this thing's done. As you see, that side there, that goes against the wall. The back goes against the wall. The front part, this is solid, this is solid. I put shoeing in here for the edges. It just makes it a little nice transition. I got 8 screws that hold this center section. This center section can come out so they can get to the plumbing if they need to work on it. This side, I was going to build something different, but I decided just to get a piece of wood. I'm just using scrap. Everything I have left in the shop, plywood here, the MDF, sorry. This is going to have the vinyl sheet put on the side because this is the side the toilet will go here. So this will be easily cleaned. So we'll put the vinyl on this side, and on the wall on this side of the toilet, we're going to put the vinyl. The legs on the front and stuff will be painted. This will just glue the vinyl to. I had a 48 by 48 sheet of plywood that did the bottom here, and it did the front. I didn't have, that's why I used the MDF for the other side because I ran out of the plywood. So I'm just using everything I got left over to get rid of. So all I have to do when I get there is get the plumbing set up with the outlet, the drain here, the plywood in there, nice and solid. Kids can't crawl underneath there, get inside or anything. All the room they got here, this stays off the ground so they can get in here, mop and keep things cleaner, hopefully more sanitary. So put the edge banding on, that's done. So basically when I get there, we can mount the cabinet to the wall. Then I'll get the glue and set this in here where I need to be, have this front part out, get the plumbing all put up, bolt it up, and it'll be done. So they got a nice, decent vanity / workbench. Thing's heavy duty. Hopefully it will withstand their abuse. That is it. We are done with this build. And that's about 5:15, and I have to leave Monday morning. Today's Sunday, 5:15, so I got to clean up, get all my tools out there next to that, pack up the truck. I got to actually go get the truck. My truck is in the shop. Can't figure out why it won't start. It's very intermittently. I know this was long, but if you want to build I think they call it like a farm style, rustic, whatever. It's not a traditional cabinet style vanity. It's kind of more of a bench style. Have drawers in the doors. Bottom half, just a little shelf to put things on, towels on, whatever. I mean, it's cool. It's nice. This one, it'll be 31 inches height. I wanted to keep it kind of low because a lot of the ladies are short down there. Most people have it at a comfortable average now, which is 36, but you can go from 30 to 36, just depending on your height, what's comfortable for you. If you're building one, build it for your need, for your comfortability. Just give you some ideas, basics. Take this, go wild with it, do whatever. So we are done. I got to get ready for Mexico. I'll be there for a week. I will have a link up here showing that installed and also doing a quick time lapse of doing everything for that room down there. That's going to be another complete video. So they'll both be kind of linked because it's doing the bathroom and it's doing the vanity, and it all comes together down there. Thank you so much for watching. Be blessed. Take back your shack. Build it for your sanity. I get it going. I got to get packed. I got to get ready. We will see you next video.